Niamh Ní Chróinín Gaeltacht X.
RTÉ 2fm.
RTÉ 2fm.
Hello, Niamh, agus míle fáilte chuig Niamh Mhór Gaeltacht X le RTÉ 2fm, Clár an Nuelga agus dhéanamh an tairí. Tá muid creile bio 2fm, radio Rírá, agus ag shruthu bio Instagram agus Facebook Live freisin. Is mis Eoghan McDermott?
Agus is mis Niamh Ní Chróinín.
I Niamh Ní Chróinín, agus by an virtue gwyn lived on céad or a clig eile le híon a speisialta, taispeántais cheoil agus neart eile.
So cur Conradh na Gaeilge tús le Gaeltacht X le blase den eispris a aon dult ar cuasaí Gaeltachta a chuairt a gcuoine óga agus iad sa bhaile. Tá críoch ag teach le Gaeltacht X an teachtain se thugan, so seo show speisialta de gachtainna bhí pórtach in Gaeltacht X le cúpla míonús.
Yep, idir seo agus a thug the clug ben Léirithe the Coronas, le picture this, Lyra, Stefan O'Farriel O'Shullin, agus cluisiid cúpla an nua os Gaeilge freisin.
Agus rih dhéanamh an chlór be ag fógurt bútúr an comórtas órán tí agus joí siad €1,000 bio an air.
Whoop! Agus le tús a chur leis an glár le roí ó churna na Gaeilge linn maidir le Gaeltacht X.
Niamh Mhór Gaeltacht X.
Le RTÉ 2fm.
RTÉ 2fm.
So bhí réim se lehan de ábhar le feicáil lena Gaeltacht X am léana bhí Agallaimh bio Instagram Live, bhí comórtais, bhí TikToks nua as Gaeilge freisin, agus an siúlinn le lena Gaeltacht X a phlé, tá Siomhan í ruairt, Siomhan tá tú ag obair le Conradh na Gaeilge, bhí tú ag léirú Gaeltacht X am léana. Conas tá tú?
Go má, bhí gan brod go bhfuil críoch teach le Gaeltacht X ach seachas sin go má gur mágad.
Hi Siomhan.
Hey, agus tá tú?
Go mahad. So thusaí Gaeltacht X ag tús an tairí chuna leathnach Instagram agus TikTok tá I gceist. Ach le haon ar coolla faoi Gaeltacht X fós agus an obair atá siúla bhí céir é go dtír.
So nuair coolamar ag tús an tairí nach raibh na cláisí saoire idir aráig, bhíamar agus leat de dégóirí na tíre déirhin just omláin críomhiste.
Agus Oíche Mhór.
Agus Oíche Mhór, So bhar tíamar rud ag na chur fáil just a bhíní seo a bheoh sa bhaile in áit bheith beidir ag fille ar an Gaeltacht a rís, trana sin briste de rain daoine. So bhar tíamar blase aigen den espeirt cláise saoire sin a chur ar líne, áit dómh leis antanga a clúistáil, idirgadíomh leis antanga agus deis na horthómh í a Léirithe cuma.
Agus Siomhan, ní haon daoine ar cuasaí Gaeltachta díreadh leis an Gaeilge eilm, tain siad don crack, don ceiliúradh, don córdas, don ceiliúradh, go minic tain daoine chun an shift oil don céadú riamh. Now, glacham leis nach raibh Siomhan an cabhrú leis an gné sin de eispris a aon daoine ar cuasaí Gaeltachta. Ach conas gur cruthí sibh cinál an taithí sin a aon daoine óga ar cuasaí Gaeltachta. Conas gur cruthí sibh sin ar lína?
No, ní dom bhfuil virtual shifting aghain go fóil ach beidir an bblin se thugan. No, tá bhaga. Rinnemar an iirecht tagart a dhéanamh duna gnéithe atá co-aitheanta sin mar staples de linn an tairig agus daoine ag freastal ar na cláisí saoire. Bhí comórtas allmhór éireantaí againn le RTÉ 2fm agus sin ceann den rudí is mós a Gaeltacht bhín an omíoch fiach forló sin. Rinnemar iirecht tagartí anamh de rudí eile stú leis na haibhis is a caitheann daoine agus iad ag siúil ar na bóbhar iargúlta. Rinnemar iirecht tagartí anamh donna bia agus na béaltaí agus an beidir an aspa blas ar na rudí sin inis suaid. Rudí aithneoach daoine hééis bheith ag freastal ar cláisí saoire blian a ní bliana agus go maithóg siad mar chuid de rudéigead agus san nóramh.
And mar luí níomhann sin, tá sé Jackar like on you know, na rudí sin ó haibh cuasaí sóisialta a chruthú Gaeilge ar idirlín, but a maisibh goráí le Gaeltacht X kind of an barna sin a lína do gáiltaí im léana.
Le bheith omláin onric, no. Ní dóilm gur peoch cúisimh é cúntas Instagram nó cúntas TikTok ar trítheach den a caithimh i gceantar áling agus tú a measc, you know, ceoil, cultúr, cóirde agus antanga ar fud na háite. Ach is únta go bhfuil an technoliacht agan gur féidir linn fiú iireach de dhéanamh blase den is fear sin a horthdómh. Agus is das ag roimar in an ordan a horta daoine óga agus áit a horthdómh cruinniú le chéile, beidir búla le daoine ar cointan nó agus pobal beag a cruthú ar lína. So is das roimar in an rud éige a hort a rastómh.
Agus Gehan Scuppy on post no on comórtas no on rud is far a harda ar Gaeltacht X am lína.
Ooh, chuir an spot an sin mé, well, einrad a bhí mis a Porsche, no, it's my maga.
An taglah bio a rinne sibert.
Bhí TikTok úntaach a dhéan dara ar an láthair faoin bí a Iron Street sa Gaeltacht agus ceap méid sin just anna glic. So beidir sin.
Okay. Siva gur mí má an ceistdearnach Siva agus Niamh. For Siva se an céad siomh tríomh sa Gaeltacht ó áte an eile.
Áte an eile. Dímach ach áte an ar trampolin a coolgóirdín macara.
Wow, romansúil. Tá mis sé fós a fannacht so baile feáil.
Láigen.
Okay. Well, should be the buckle card Timble Cooney and she'd took a second for Husmer Taffet. So Kirk Kester. Hey Steve, fair play as looked on over Fanta down to the Gaeltacht X agus Gurmila as Lyra and you.
Your mother
guys. On.
Agus in is Riley go ceann dar níana ceolbhra. Seo taispeántais so ceann gonna banní éireannacha ismó agus Eoghan ceiliúradh ó hasna. Canna an Eoghan lost in the thick of it oscuilge seo thugad the Coronas agus Gabrielle Applin.
Hi, it's Misha Danny o the Coronas agus seo Cailtas Jigs Gcur le Gabrielle Applin. Níor sé dír Dúirt mé gur leor an cuí a thuchtú mó bhain sé mo glór Trim mé hábháil dag mé ar leor Ní gáil sé fiabhas ní rá teachtam riomhan ná Tá mé dá mar tánis ach Cailtas Jigs Gcur Níl amach tada rá Níos farbh clúdam ó lá
taispeántais le Niamh Ní Chróinín Gaeltacht X le RTÉ 2fm. Bio R 2fm agus radio Lyra agus tá galúradíní ag fécint comá Instagram live agus Facebook live agus an seolamanis tá duine dus na ceoltóirí éannacha is ahananta in éan ó ceann na Bonnie Ceol is Farlam, a band that have been releasing top class tracks consistently from the start. Danny O'Reilly o the Coronas, Conna Statu.
Come on, agus tú hain Niamh?
Tá mé an bhá gur mágad agus Danny an uair dhéanamh go bhfuil mé leat. Last time we met, we were in RTÉ and bhí tú tafad do ceol the Hupdig. You recorded We Couldn't Fake It as Gaeilge. Niamh Ní Chróinín, exactly. Yeah. And he and Marshias, do you remember we sat down and we tried to count up all the tracks that the Coronas have done as Gaeilge over the years? Would you remember, was it 8?
Oh, I don't know. It couldn't be that many, is it? Like, definitely. Well, there was at least one off each album, and then there was a couple albums where there was 2. So definitely 7.
Definitely 7, 8. I feel like this could be number 9. I'll go back and I'll count them up. But you basically have a full album of Gaeilge.
That's pretty cool, actually. We should definitely do some sort of playlist or some sort of something of Gaeilge. It would be a great idea, because even it was funny. We were in a friend's house last night. I'm down in Dingle, County Kerry now. We're in a friend's house last night, and they were sort of half taking the piss, and they said, "Alexa, play the Coronas," and that's all they said. And the first song that came on was Léirithe. So it's right up there as one of our most known songs, So I thought that was interesting, But I mean, and everywhere we go, whenever we play Here's the Ghost, we've talked about this before, but like people want the Irish version, and oftentimes I will get asked for other songs as well. Neil McBride, some people still ask for Oíche Mhór, which was our Irish version of Listen Dear. But it's cool. It's something that whenever you guys ask me to get involved in, we're always like 100%, absolutely. Yeah. We saw the difference that Léirithe had for our band, and it definitely was a stepping stone, for us, and it took us to a different sort of level and a different audience, I think. And it's a song that is now taught in Irish colleges and schools, and that sort of stuff is really, really cool. So as I say, as soon as we were asked to do this song, I was like, if you ask Gabrielle and she's up for it, we are definitely up for it. So happy that she was up for it too.
Well, gur míle mágad, Danny. Hello, David. Dave, gonna start it.
Tá Gaeilge aquí, Anna. Cad is anam ditch? Good.
Hello. Oh, did she call in? But I actually, Danny, I wanted to. They're more than welcome to stay. I actually wanted to talk to you about Heroes and Ghosts, because I was in. I think I've said this to you before. I was in Dubai for Paddy's weekend. Gaeilge is a Hupdig. The Coronas were playing, and I remember you sang, as you do, on Cade verse, or the first verse of Heroes or Ghosts. You sang it as Gaeilge, and the place kind of erupted. And I just thought, isn't this class? Like, we are 8,000 kilometers from Ireland, and there are hundreds, if not thousands, of people, and everybody's singing as Gaeilge. Do you, when you're on stage and you sing that first as Gaeilge, do you get like a different vibe from the crowd?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny, like the further you go away from Ireland, the more people are into the Irish version and sort of look forward to it and ask for it. So like when we go to Australia, like if I didn't do it as Gaeilge, like there'd be more.
Things at you.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's that thing of, especially for people who have moved away from home. That's what you say in Dubai as well. Like people who have moved away from home, it almost means more to them to have that little bit of reminder of home. And it like again with that song in particular, the Astrakhan is just so perfect, and it just fits the lyrics so well and the sentiment, and it absolutely works as well, if not better, as Gaeilge. So yeah, as I say, it's become part of the Corona story, and we're very proud of that, like proud to be involved.
I just thought it was the coolest thing. Like, it's deadly when everyone sings along as Gaeilge in Ireland, but when you are so far away, it's kind of like next level that you're everyone's singing as Gaeilge and you're thousands of miles from home. Le couple lá nús, yourself and Gabrielle Applin, you've recorded Lost in the Thick of It, one of my favorite songs of the year so far, and during lockdown I had this song on repeat on basically all my walks that I did. But Curing Galurdini Kester, and a lot of people ask us, like, how do artists do it? Like, you get the translation, you go into studio, what happens then? Do you do it like verse by verse? Do you do start from finish? How do you go about it?
I try to do it verse by verse, just to make sure, because you need this, like, you could do it line by line, but then you sort of lose the momentum and the vibe. So, you know, as I say, like, tá cúpla fogla gom, so I would sort of try and read the verse and try and do it all in one take, you know, and I do that in English as well. I'd always try and get a vibe. You know, you could, again, even when you're recording, normally you could break it up into line by line, but we always try and get a sort of a vibe and an atmosphere and a sort of journey nearly, you know, and definitely as Gaeilge, I try and do the same thing, you know. So, yeah, it was it was a really good astrachan. So, and then the lovely people always put the phonetics there as well, just in case I'm struggling with anything as well. So, even for a Gaeilge like me, there's times where I'm like, how am I meant to pronounce? I'm not a real proper Gaeilge, you know. But I'm okay. But yeah, it's so in fairness, it's made very easy for us. But it's always a lot of fun, you know. And even, you know, I went over to Owen's house the other day to record the video of it as well, and he's recorded me singing it and stuff. And you know, it's just a cool thing to be involved in. And you know, the song works as Gaeilge as well. It's a simple ditty. As soon as Owen mentioned it to me about doing the song, we were like, yeah, that'll be cool as Gaeilge, you know.
Yeah, with the Cheoil spatial dome, like, I love being in studio when anyone's recording for ceoil, but you're such a pro. Like, you go in, I don't know, it was like 3 hours. I don't know, you bashed it out in a few hours, and then we had like this flawless song. So Gur Agus, the gcur dhéanamh, Danny. But you mentioned earlier that when you did Here Is Our Ghost, that you felt like the Coronas got something out of it. And I was going to ask, like, you've done, and I'll count them up later, 8, 9 maybe songs as Gaeilge, but you must have a reason for doing them. And I was hoping that it wasn't just because myself and Eoghan McDermott keep nagging you to do more. But do you feel like really you get something out of it for yourself and for the Coronas?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, for myself, I'm Brodul, you know. I'm proud to be Irish. I'm proud to have my cúpla focal, and you know, I'm down here in Dingle now, and I'll try my best to speak my cúpla focal to the locals as well. And so I just think things like that, it's on a personal level, I'm proud to do it, and I think it's cool. I think it means a lot to people, and you know, people who are Gaeilgors will stop me and say, I really like the way you did that, and fair play to you for showing that, and that's a cool thing to do, because I am, as I say, very proud to be Irish and to have my cúpla focal. But yeah, for the band, definitely it is something that has, as I say, we noticed with Here Is Our Ghost straight away when Léirithe came out and became this other thing separate to Here Is Our Ghost almost, that we could see that it was having a positive effect on us. And so it's a no-brainer, you know. Again, you guys make it so easy for us as well, that we can just do it, you know, in a couple of hours, and everything is lined up and all that. So it's yeah, I as I say, I never have to think twice. It's always an easy decision for us, and you know, and it's a really easy decision for the rest of the band as well, because they're like, oh yeah, we don't have to do anything. That's mine. Yeah, go ahead.
It's all on you. It's all on you. But I always use you, Danny, and I always use the Coronas as an example whenever we get new artists in, especially who are recording for ceoil for the first time ever. And I'm like, by the way, did you know that Danny O'Reilly always sings a verse of Here Is Our Ghost as Gaeilge? So, you know, you should do that too. So that's kind of exactly. the aim of it, is that, like, it's not just recorded for the CD, but you're going to be singing it live in gigs, which is so cool.
Absolutely, yeah. And we definitely, I remember doing Eiste Gra live as well a couple of times. As I say, it was listened here, and I do a bit of it, especially when it came out. So who knows, if we can talk Gabrielle into it one day when gigging comes back, we might do a version of this together, you know.
Well, we'll get working on that playlist, that all Gaeilge playlist, or that all Gaeilge album. We'll chat later and see what we can figure out. But Danny, gur míle mágad, I hope we can see you live, playing live at a gig or a festival sometime soon. Lacune of days, okay, couple of eile. But Danny O'Reilly of the Coronas, gur míle mágad.
Gur mágad, Niamh, thank you very much.
Niamh Mhór Gaeltacht X.
Le RTÉ 2fm.
RTÉ, yeah. 2fm.
So
ceantas na rudí is mó agus is tábhachtaí agus is taithna bhí a dhéanamh tú ar cuasa Gaeltachta ná póirte glachas a comórtas órán tí agus rinne Gaeltacht X iireacht an omíocht íoch for céine a acrothú am líana.
Yep, le ceara seachtain nuas tá landtóirí Gaeltacht X agus éistóirí RTÉ 2fm hééis bheith ag chuiristeach ar an gomórtas seo agus a níos tá cethar fágus sa chréibh. Fágrá for a bútear an comórtas ag deireadh an chróir seo agus ba géir omíocht ann.
Ach sulla múlamuid leis na chumathirí éistómuid siar ar na chórán na conchí.
Táisibh! Báilte! Okay, Niamh Chróinín an anha.
Okay, so tá Jade bottle. Actually, do you know what? Cé dhéanamh. An musagah nar a hain tú go dtí an Gaeltacht, right? Agus bíonn tú ar cuasa Gaeltachta ar an Gaeilge bíonn.
Oh no!
Gachtainna ag sí sa hala, bíonn gachtain an a ciún agus nervíiseach agus ní bhíonn like mór an córda agad ag an stad sin agus téann tú timpeall a gghearcail agus current tú hain in aithne. So rockam with tempo beidir, cur tú hain in aithne, carb ostis, cén ísita agad agus rud éigen spéisiúil fút hain. Is fúlam an ceisisin ach tá sé parents bota Rocky Mayor things. Is mis Niamh Ní Chróinín, tá mé sé bliana déagdís. Is áspáileach líadm agus smálam bheith siúlar an trá agus a géisteach le ceoil agus le dahad hocht uair clé ganús is antíon méid an céadú riamh. Owen.
Is mis Owen is áspáile a clí mé tá mé gaffaile Ben & Jerry's an umar Ben & Jerry's agus dimmer mé ar an céad fur an láthair éireannach riamh. We're like a mighty ducks ú fásach.
Who's in fear?
Yeah.
Oh, who? Called the Horla.
Well, bhímar lufa sin a hála.
Jade.
Hey, is Mr. Jade, Tom Nabling Dagdish, August Tom Imaconi in Loch Gorman. Rodrigan spatial film no film swing of
Hey, not going to do party.
Yeah, Tommy. Tom's Aaron album Ceoil Galvila is a hook day. Lemacar Nora.
Owen.
Woo!
It's Mr. Owen Edwards, August is Astel Farsime, Rod Semmel film, to Frankish Agam, August is Lach Kuplame.
Lach Kuplahu, Colleen Nubukel.
Hi.
Ah, Gtas, August Muirin.
Grave, it's Mr. Muirin, it's off Gaeilge now, I come in with Connie and Alfresta. Again, similar friends. Who's come?
Tatu Anawa ag an óráníocht.
Yeah.
Agus Burn Church, an Bannaceol Burn Church an trúraga bach tá ball eile don grúpa freisin.
Is mis éana sífra sin ruirí agus tá saibh a ggurpaí faoi láthair. Chosí muid a chur ceoil a chéile le lingin Jean Glasáil an lockdown agus well níor stoppar mar a hen agus leir muid Gaeilge sáile.
Agus díreach mar sin is dlú cordam muidir fe trí seachtain ar cuasa Gaeilge. Sin ar Horlín sé gcónaí.
Ceis gupi agam le Owen. Bhís le rodéigen arás rankís, like súlam gomain bua agam €1,000,000 caithe bhéir seachláid nó rodéigen.
Moi j'espère bien que moi je vais gagner cette compétition là.
All in. Okay. So, ceist bháin Owen, tá a héis, tréimh sé caithh sa Gaeltacht a dúna ná, cé in rud is fearr faoi cuasaí Gaeltachta?
Well, dús é hín, dearthainn hín go bhfuil like cultúr in an fáirse agus go daoine an bhradú as an teanga a ólam agus seachtú. So, dú hín an rud is tábhair faoin Gaeltacht ná go bhfuil an dé seo bína le an Gaeilge a úsáid in áit just nach bhfuil na Jackrochty sin agin na satá agin sa camper so tá si just first doing just sábailte as all agus Gaeilge RTÉ.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Carmela.
Agus Jade, rinne tú astraán all-in ar an órán Wonderwall dún agus haing tú cúpla caras teach leis an go ceoil dhéanamh a bhí an das. Ach dúirtílinn cumá go bhfuil áit speisialta ag an Gaeilge iad a crí. Céim fá?
Yeah, níor hat an Gaeilge lom sa bhonscoil ach an sin drasal mé ar bhanscoil long Gaeilge agus for mé an méid sin deisina leis. Could make the Brussels, Tomsa ceoil, like Tomsa trace post all, a glass line, she do creche, like it's even on me, agus I made courage atá gom Mariella and Gaeilge, she do creche, so Mariella sin, yeah, just it's even on me, agus tá, especially to do in McCree.
Is málam gonurtú sin, Jade, mar mohím godain galore dini go cuasaí Gaeltachta agus, you know, tagan siad bháile agus bíonn siad níos abí nó just mohíonn siad níos sásta antú féin. So le cúnamh dé, béna cláiste Gaeltachta ar oscailte arís an saoir thugan agus bé gatain an andul. Ach éine, agus an grúpa Burn Church sífra agus bhurí freisin. Tá bhur Gaeltacht beag hain agus sa teach sa bháile mar libhí sibh. Inistún, Massive, más rud é nar thorla an dín glasal, an méid sibh héis tosúg seanam lena chéile?
Beidir nach bheith, ní bheith agad.
Sian muid go léir ceoil mar...
Sin muid go léir úrlaisí difriúla, cos le sin sífra an flú sin mis an puí bellin, sin an bhurí an puí chomai, ach níor hosí muid cur árán le chéile nó aonrad mar sin go dtí gur Harlan dín glasal.
Tá sil go nó hagging san níor early go leir ach leis an tamar fad spáil a bhí aging just fí an ceoil a dhéanamh. She's sportio, so when it's all
like, you know, bad conclusion to begin alta, well, Oranta go mean like, you know, Chanis, Ibana Ceoil, Oraha, and Romania, trades and Kegla.
Indeed.
Nearly sagad last.
I mean, you know, click the Kayla anyway, where it's Strahar and Striffer, Lebana Ceoil, being Trident and Tongalair.
Yeah.
Or the check be level different, Lebana Ceoil.
Okay, well, Carmela. Hey, Agus Bird, Kane issue.
Mi fes a do.
Fes a do. Okay, come on, Wadney Soigert. So you're into the Chastis or the Artesh view. Fortu and Keshin. Kada Yain ha the Muan Crown Carnashunta.
Carnien ha Anish for láthair the mother go and feel against the conquer before all them car bit aisle. Still a terrorist actually because mission policy file Boston is not.
Okay, well, leave the kind food on Conquer on show, but Kada Yain ha the move for €1,000,000.
€1,000,000. Kirk made draw car better.
Okay. King car.
And then song while I'm running again just took a lot of stuff I got my goni because being like a glow early she got being like 80 I just what I can go as fast and got a couple of car fashion better so
couple of car, all right. Yeah, came for knock.
Investment ceart an sin Muireann.
Yeah. Okay, guys, Ace, Gurmina Mahagui, as Léirithe Fogomage and Buachor Riv Deron Clár show, so Léiromage Arish Liv Galua, so Ganari Liver Fad.
Yeah.
Niamh Mhór Gaeltacht X.
Le RTÉ 2fm.
RTÉ 2fm.
Agus a Rylin an iscadí ar géad ceoltóir eile. Ban ógó Kirky atá dul neart go neart an tamar fad, agus atá ar tí pléasca timpeall an down. Siúdaí, Lyra.
Lyra, Conradh Brighton.
Well, Tommy, fós on seo.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Look, so everybody watching, Lyra very graciously agreed to record Ceoil for us this year. She was going to do Falling, which is like a smash hit. Is that your biggest song to date?
I think it is, yeah, to be quite honest, because it's the one with like the beat going first. My dad's favourite, so it is the biggest one.
Okay, well, it's Dad's favourite. That's the bench tick we need. So yeah. You were going to record. You were going to come home to Ireland because you live in Brighton, and then COVID disaster struck.
I know. Yeah, I stupidly decided to send away for my provisional driving license and get myself on the road. Finally, danger, and with all the backlog of COVID, I'm stuck here like 4 weeks later with no passport, so I can't even get home. So I am stuck here for now, but I will be back.
And what's lockdown or COVID life like in Brighton?
It's grand actually because like we've had 2 weeks where it's been like splitting the stones, so I've been able to go to the beach and everything like that, which is great. The only bad thing is you still can't get your eyebrows done over here, so I am currently rocking a unibrow.
Oh, can you do a little bit of a close-up?
Probably a bit of a mustache as well.
You can come a little closer so we can see the unibrow. Oh my god!
The most unflattering angle ever.
Well, thank you for agreeing to record for us anyway. Hopefully we'll get it done sooner rather than later when you actually get back in the country and get a passport and all these things. But tell us about, like, the last year's been pretty amazing for you.
Yeah, it's been great. Like, I've been able to go on the road and do my first ever like Irish tour. So I'd done that just before we got into lockdown. Been writing away like there's no tomorrow. And actually, even though we're stuck in COVID, I have been like doing things with people from America via like email and Zoom and stuff like that, and trying to get bits of songs together for the album that I'm putting out. So I'm still a work in progress. I'm still going for it, but just waiting to be out of lockdown.
When you're on Zoom with people from America, is this like, oh, I'm writing songs with the person who wrote Blank Space by Taylor Swift? Is there any of those people in there?
Well, there's actually the guys who just done Lady Gaga's album. They just done Rain on Me with her. So those producers are taking some songs that I've written myself over here and producing them for me. So I've kind of been chatting to them, and there's like, what you like? And I'm like, I feel weird talking to you about music right now. I'm like, what you like?
Well, hey, if I know you've already agreed to do Falling for us, but if Lady Gaga's producers take one of your songs and turn it into a Billboard #1 smash hit in the United States of America, will you come back and do that for us as well next year?
I definitely will. It's a banger, actually. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever written, the one that they're working on. I love it. I love it to death.
Okay. And hey, how big a challenge do you think it's going to be to record this song? Because your Irish is so-so. It's not, you're not going to read the news on TG Carr, but you got a couple of focal.
It's actually shocking. Like, I done Pass Irish when I was in school, and I'd say that was like a struggle. My teachers were like, God bless this young one. She can't speak a word of her own language. I'm just shocking at it. But I'm going to give it a go because it's obviously great. I think it's a great idea, and I'd love to get one of my songs in Irish. I'd be very proud if I get through it.
And we'd be very proud to have you. Well, look, we just wanted to check in and make sure you're okay over there. We didn't need to parachute in provisions like pot noodle or vegetables in case you got scurvy. So we're sorry we didn't have the song for this evening, but like you say, get your passport sorted and we'll see you very soon.
You will definitely, and thanks for having me. I can't wait to do it.
Gurmila, slán, Lyra.
Slán.
Niamh Ní Chróinín Gaeltacht X.
Le RTÉ 2fm.
RTÉ 2fm.
The 3 nuas tá aithne curtha ag Glantóirí Gaeltacht X an gcathair ambassador nó Cinneadh a bhíle feicáil an leathnach. Sin iad Siva, Dara, Roisin agus Chris. Feicimiid réití siad lena chéile agus más rud ag raibh sé cosú le fíor chaláiste saora.
Gaeltacht X haar Zoom. Shock the hain.
Hello, Cara. It's Mrs. Shiva. Fall to Gaeltacht X. Tommy Sil Comor sin leis an Sarah shot a Tyrone. On tos a Roisin in that.
Niamh Fiona Gervan Shaw. Sma Oíche Mhór Gaeltacht me.
Balúíar bhcóda is Mr. Darrell Cuíomh agus is mór na Lordam búla liv agus bheith pártach sa tugra úntaach seo.
Chris is Adam John.
Shock than a dough.
Tom ag síl mór leis an TikTok show bhain Gailí. Sílam go gaithí mé muciú na bán. Bargam tú sa curla me tan brega ganis. Agus seans go gaithí mé le bláhan a nuair ag an imime cúcurige?
Mos gá Bless my sauce.
Oh, for a var. Hans de trúg mór is géalí seo, be sé go díalar fad. Be bí dí ring ó bhaidin go híthe. Ó, ní énig éana gin derú go leor.
Chris is Adam John.
Shocked in a tree.
Agus an sin dúir tíos. Ná cógan mé an Gaeilge Eoghan tucht an ortest.
Sin ceá Shiva. Bhais sé gán seo.
Well inis, nó bí mí se cavan umracha ama a play le rá flís le cool kindness for the marshal. Anna could over fós dhéanamh going. Tá mí tic-tac nach rahús, dhína chur fé Agallaimh agus overhaul over the roine ógan na tíre atá caiún amach an ispéir a scoilfach sa mlíana.
Cod?
Seacht in a cahar. Seacht in a cuaig.
Ní credim gur an seacht an deireadh atá ann, a ra mé bhfuim go mór sibh.
Tám crí bliste. Dhéanamh gcur go gneamh mó sé. Tá féidir leis láthair go dó.
Roisin a chrí, ná bí go briste chríoch an éair, bhfuil mí de chéile rís gan dat. Ag an arachtas beidir nús de countracha áile Gaeltachta fud fad na tíre. Ná bí ag ceistart.
Oh, you guys. Like, Eoghan McDermott a lanún, so it's Feijalin on it. It's Jack Valena Kayla. It's Misha Chris. No, Instagram. Chris is
dumb.
Hi, it's Misha Mary.
I feel like I'm going to go insane planning this wedding.
Did you tell Davina yet she's not invited?
Again, no one say anything.
Agus Gaeltacht X.
So cé nach raibh an deis ag daoine óga freastalir cuasaí Gaeltachta i mbliana, tá neart deisna agus féidireachtaí andómh an Gaeilge a úsáid ag an tríú le bhéal agus ina bhusaíocht amach an seo. Tá an irid sin deisna ann leis an Gaeilge. Is féidir at a bheith obair mar astrathóir san Aontas Eorpach, is féidir at a bheith obair san meán cumarsáideas sa stáit siirvís san idicas a meas go leor eile. Agus is buntáiste anna mhór é Gaeilge lífa a bheith scrífa agat de CV. Agus is féidir leat breis ólas óil faoine deisna seo fad ó cheobóthar conar na Gaeilge a bhíon ag taistil timpeall na tíre agus ag túir cuairte scolanna cuairsaí Gaeltachta agus choláistí tríú le bhéal le takeíocht agus cabhair ó Ryan na Gaeltachta. Acanis le róid le fear a bhfuil go leor taithí aige bheith obair in airnáil na Gaeilge. Is múntúir é, is loighreoir telefíse é, agus anóí se bheith ó na fís anna dhéanaan TG Lurgan.
So guys, má tá siú dúrcéis túnálas Jack is me se Eoghan McDermott agus tá Niamh Ní Chróinín in éanaach glum an seo agus seo Oíche Mhór Gaeltacht X le 2fm tá se creile beoir 2fm agus radio rirá comá agus tá muid ag trú beo Instagram live agus Facebook live freisin. Agus de couple bliana nuas tá mé féin 2fm chuna na Gaeilge taréis couple album ceoil a chur le chéile mar chuid den sra ceoil, sra album tá ann le haid an Gaeilge a astra ón Merle. Agus tharna blianta firmar lehéadí Ed Sheeran, Gavin James, Soleil Picture This, Chabale, the Coronas agus níos mó gon sheadam an album. Comála sin, hí an banna ceoil siúlín le chlustal cúpla óir ceoil freisin, ní bháin sin ach tá Stefan a Fariel ó siúlín tar éis go leor oibre dhéanamh an hastracon den a album. Stefan, hello.
Hello, Cafe
Hi, Stefan.
Come on, spontan was an seal.
Well, Stefan, you're mágad bhelin inniu agus támud cóbuíoch I gcónaí as an agus an fuinmh a thugann tú don tionscan of ceoil, mar tá méid tar éis tríal a bhaint as cúpla astracán dhéanamh mé hain and like bíonn siad okay. Ach an sin tagan tusa agus déanann tusa iad agus na hastrathirí eile iad agus bíonn siad tharbór a gcónaí. Ach is céirdí in our era, like an rud a dhéanann tú, mar cai tú an bhrí céine a cuineáil leis an legan béarla na fumanna céine an riam céine. Kind of blows my mind cé comá is atá tú aige Stefan agus tá bronar an faoin fangirling seo ach chun is dhéanann tú é?
Well, need Sam, like, it's still going to Diana le blianta le Conradh Lurgan ag TG Lurgan agus kind of we said it was grá killing planting is much just such a significant sin agus just a churn on the mach or in the year on agus a trial like kind of móna éagsúlús as an thar fad. It's still like an chéad an sin nuair tamachán arschan or on that kind of shasta sheer agus lay tríd an óra an couple or dús bóda leis an like a bear that I just like feicáil le céir is cí leis, ceid gur rá, de móchantá seo cén cinál, é sin ar fad, agus sin siama síos agus just denna me cean scioppaí, beidir nachhfuil go má, beidir nach neann mór an céile, ach just rudí cinnta chur fápéir dúspáide, agus sin téim si siar agus tusa me gobar ar na fumna, agus náireacht mar chuide gon so an móchan hagan san órán tagan se ón na focail a dúsáid an banna ceol agus an chuie dúirtid agus an chuie úmín siad san órán, so beidir gohfuil an gréidir focail bitar an actúchan ar an bocalach ní aibhíonn an focail chomá sin maiall níl an úm chéana an, ó beidir gohfuil gota eile sa bhocail seo nach bhean leis an rud seo, nó beidir nach chun rián. So cat goil sé rééis agus sin feicáil bhfuil céim bailach eile an rá an mafrele was blah 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 basically should
yeah. Agus hey Stefan, is we sheer Kelly track is Jackra Viaga.
Oh gee, vi couple can't tucker right if I family it's kind of from actually pencil lead le balmatini the near sin ceol been like TG Lurgan I guess kind of glachsin ages her because we kind of writ him on skillful I guess we just a good vi kind of cul-de-sac the high skis agus it was like golf team like are reached the can't duckerach forms this and
It's bralam on Tasha on hook to air troublemaker or on new picture this Roger a gra it's bralam.
Yeah, it's like I reached we may get like troublemaker it's kind of like a da and rugged that like Tasha da and rugged a gra like that's another kind of it's choppy so shouldn't my get really into like ní sé for riamh
Can spíle rogue gcur
kind of rogue stoi like is in kind of
okay
little player
player hey Louis tú Clár Lurgan and shit the fun been to go to Clár Lurgan agus gach Sarah cursí Gaeltacht to be in Dalty kind of icona hour on TG Lurgan Clú agus caller who ish been she icona an hour on a dainta agus the ceoil agus hour on shulin freshen agus the couple in news tanismo Dine scríb agus ag astrú hour on go Gaeilge so cén ceanal chunker tá ige buoine óga agus iad fálam na Gaeilge master.
Well, see, ní féidir riach labhart ó haí would say le Clár Lurgan agus is Clár Lurgan kind of hánig we say mo spéis san Gaeilge mo rá san Gaeilge mo spéis agus grás ag geol chomá agus rud like feiceann tú like le dín like na héintú Clár Lurgan tá ceol mar ceanna chraoileáir an agus tá well ní héice bhfuil sé mar chraoileáir ach tá bé móhar ag an geol ag cinna le réimsí agsúla ag Clár Lurgan agus feiceann na gasraí sin agus dína tá gcéire ceol churmach tá go leor féitocht tíon sin agus in dhé sin like tá leidir gon comórtas bio sin dhéantar ag an éireachtas agus in sin tar radio Lyra agus tá na tlúchascí ceol agus rudí mar sin freisin agus feiceann agus go háirt actually na gradam nós like is couldn't she like is it gach blinig na gradam nós feiceann daoine nua agus daoine óga ag goláin chomá tá hééis ó na churmach agus tugann sé cinlín tugann sé bríthób gol agus ó na dhéana Gaeilge seachas okay well like Gaeilge is pobl beaga béle pobl mór tá is rá bhéle má tá gradam an seo má tá rudí mar seo fáilób chuir tugann sé cinna misnachób golamón ó an na choras Gaeilge nó na scríbas Gaeilge a dtí mar sin so tá na rudí seo fíorthálta tá daoine like má tá spéise de bell im lá clí tá an go gimmert pelas Gaeilge agus mar chéile gáile le Gaeilge na Gaeilge má spéise a bheith cananú dina ceol tá an sin íon Gaeilge le ledí go radio Lyra agus le ledí go in na gradam nós rudí mar sin a thugann cinna misnach a dtí chun so tá muid gur pobl a bhfuil gachrod ar fáilób sin an príomhrod agus gachrod tá tanmhach agus gachrod tá bantaach go láin gachrod tá coimsire agus stoi go ráthing an is fi in glór an bailach agus tá fós neart le duine ach tá a gur ar gluchar an gána chuma.
Yeah, agus is dócha gohfuil mar luútaí le tá ordan ann agus tá spás ann de gooine tá scríb as Gaeilge agus ag astrú orán lehédí radio Lyra agus na dlúiscí ceol agus má hain daoine go Clár Lurgan nu golóir cuasaí Gaeilge de eile be golóir deisna go bórán as Gaeilge scríb agus a canna agus gradam nós agus gacard mar sin ach Stefan tá wishlist mór agam hain agus tá wishlist mór ag ón freisin de ceoltóirí gur brálinn a oil do ceol ach arátí go bhfuil I don't know Beyoncé nu Billie Eilish a géiste le 2fm faoi láthair nu aon den eile mar sin
Stefan, cé méha a géirí a clúisteáil ag canna oscuilge amach an seo?
Stoi te goor dína séan tú canú chuoine sé stoi go sean go chuige go. Is de bra le go Hosier, Damien Rice, Eva Langford, Susan O'Neill, Danielle Bano cean bha sin go ach mata tú cantar cean global, tú cantar le globals. Sína go chóir go seachan na carts agus commons go Dearcarí Trinidad and Tobago agus Branner lad de bhan Benjai agus Oran de bhan phenomenal taige. D'ach sin as Gaeilge go bhachan tanga slánaí like Gudira just an buinte.
Okay.
Brother Stefan, go me le Billie Eilish haar eil.
Well, ní choultú an fós.
An féile pí a canna dún an sin, Stefan?
We party and sun and rain, we don't care what the people say. Watch the music, keep my veins, so much powers I can't explain. Until I cool again, no my father take me away. Oh,
okay, well, Stefan...
She furfa mar alarm ar madin if she bedúiseacht, sin furfa.
Stefan,
absolutely.
Mas féidir leat a tusaí ar an astracán dhéanamh seacht ar an
Ar Benjai.
Benjai.
Stefan, míle buchas as sucht an obair a logad a dainteagat le ceoil thar na blianta, just... Yeah, Starbucks.
Agus míle buchas agé se sa dhéana, tá se fíorthaach. Go míle you guys.
Tá muid a lug ar out.
Oh my dear bud. Come on,
Son.
Niamh Mhór Gaeltacht X.
Le RTÉ 2fm.
RTÉ 2fm.
Taispeántais ceoil inis agus bíon a lad seo I gcónaí sásta páirte ghlacha sa de luas go ceoil. Seo an tríú album tá astrathe agus tafad acu as Gaeilge. Áthas an downer an fáilte óhór a chur rih. Picture this, a bhuacalaí, chuna satá sibh.
Onawa, Cearcalóir.
Onawa agus Cearcalóir. Why is one better than the other?
What's Cearcalóir mean? Okay.
Okay, and Onawa is great, like.
All right. Well, I meant what Jimmy said.
Okay, now lads, this is your third time recording for ceoil, but you're not Gaeilgeoirs at all. You didn't even do the full Gaeltacht experience, just like a transition year jaunt down. Where did you go?
I went to somewhere in Kells in Meath. I actually don't know where, but
okay, wasn't even west or to doing them all or down to okay. No. Ryan?
I have no idea where I went. I just know I was in the Gaeltacht for like 2 days. It was fun.
Okay, I'm glad it made a massive impression on you. Hey, so Jimmy, you do the recording and the production side, and then Ryan is on vocals. And so Ryan, I suppose you're the one who has to wrap your head around the language that you know to be your native tongue, but it's not something that you've got fluency in, great fluency. So what attracts you to the challenge of it?
It's just, I've always been fascinated by the language. Even in school, I was always quite interested in it. I was never amazing at it, but it is, like you said, it's our native tongue. So to record in that language is kind of like rare. You don't really get the chance to do it. So that's why anytime you guys have asked us to do it, we've just said, yeah, right away, because it's very interesting and I like the challenge. And I'm just fascinated by the language in general, and how it sounds is cool. Singing like that is cool.
You kind of said you expected it to sound, am I putting words in your mouth, kind of Arabic?
Yeah, because the melody of the verse in Troublemaker is quite like Shanosi / Arabic sounding.
Explain that. How do you mean Shanosi?
You're better at explaining technically what I mean. I don't know. It's just the way it.
It's like Irish music and Arabic music are quite similar because they use the same scale. They have a flat and seventh in their scale, so that's why. But in that, for some reason, you sang a melody that sounds like a Shano / Arabic. So when you actually sing it in Irish, it's like it's a really, really, really Irish song, or it's a song from the Middle East.
Yeah, if you didn't speak Irish, it would probably sound like Arabic.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. That's interesting. I must go do a bit of research there. And Jim, in terms of, like, when you were recording Troublemaker, when you recorded it for real, I assume, you're taking your time and you're very meticulous and you're doing all the instrumentals. We hoosh you into a studio, we grab a couple of hours with you and we put it down pretty quickly. But certainly with the last two songs, we did Take My Hand and thank you.
When we were young.
And they sound so close to, which has nearly 1 million views, by the way. We're very close. They sound so close to the English studio version. So is there much work in taking what Ryan does quickly in a studio and glossing it up?
Not particularly, no. I suppose the fact that the rest of the song is finished, but also I find the big thing about vocal production is how you pronounce the words and stuff. So I don't know what Ryan is saying or pronouncing in Irish, so it's very easy to just look past that. I think that's more of for you, Owen, when you're actually showing Ryan how to sing it. I think you're kind of basically producing it as you go. So all I have to do is just make sure it's mixed well. But there is something like, so I don't know, it's Irish being sung is really interesting, and it's actually really nice to the ear, I find.
Yeah, that's why I think that like the album has continued, and people like it wasn't just a little flash in the pan, and people still gravitate towards it because yeah, all of the songs really sound gorgeous. I genuinely believe that. Hey, very quickly, before we premiere the song that you've done, Troublemaker, you had huge plans before COVID. Jumped in. You were on tour with Jonas Brothers. You had new music coming out. It was a really exciting time, and it got abruptly cut. So what's your philosophical take on everything that's happened?
I think for us, we realized that it's important to remember that everybody's in the same boat, because you can get quite bogged down in like your plans being cancelled, like shows and stuff. But once you remember the context that everybody is in the same boat as you, it kind of takes that pressure or whatever you want to call it away, knowing that you're not the only ones. Because when a show gets cancelled, we've never had to cancel a show ever. So it feels like the end of the world. It feels like, oh my God, I can't believe, like I've never experienced this feeling before. We have to cancel a show. That's weird. But then just knowing that it's happening all over the world is terrible, but also like kind of comforting to know that it's not just happening to us. But listen, whatever it takes for us to get back to being able to play shows properly again, we just got to do it.
Yeah. Jim?
Yeah, I agree. Philosophically, I don't know. I was just listening there, but yeah, Ryan's right. It's important to remember. Yeah, everyone is in the same boat, and also it's given us a minute to actually really reflect on everything: our own lives, our band life, our band, and really plan properly what's going to happen next, and gave us more opportunities, I suppose, to just be more creative and take our time. And because we've been constantly rushed over the last few years, so now we get to actually grow up a little bit.
Yeah, constantly rushed over the last few years.
Yeah.
We're just kind of learning to relax.
Yeah, because it's been like, I guess because we get to see it in real time, but it has been meteoric for you guys. So yeah, maybe it is nice to have a breather. That's a longer conversation for another day. One, on a very selfish note, maybe if this all hadn't happened, you might have been out of the country. You might have been off doing stuff in America, because I know you're keen to crack it there. So we mightn't have got this out of you. So on a very selfish note, I'm glad that we stole a couple of hours with you. This is a world exclusive. So Duncade or Reeve, Gacht in it down a Gaeltacht. Shuhug of picture this, le Rogra Gra, lads, you're wonderful. Gurmila Mahagwi, Slán.
Slán.
Go on. What's the Irish troublemaker? Rogra Gra.
Come le agus ní sin an cain. Da mission no me agus le me sa go. She is some balagdi in our she out. Vishy Ivani nakwa kame hana. Okay. She in our cafe is ta dinner elle table is ta she a gorally. Na hey. She a queen is ta misha trio minu napul insaneda ne. Man hey. Nishta stuff le data vamsa akis is a fucking cousin danish. Hey. Shut in a riche love tape. Hammer grim of his talk and she million. Fuck a my up for armor. Oh, I knew my shima roger a girl. Grandma hot in Sonome. Creep my way up tin of on your smart arm and harder. A curve can make up for armor. Oh, I knew my shima roger a girl. In the other chigura shila korda. Don mission no made August lay me some mens. She is an archer dirty go make she out. Vishy is specularia for she on mood. Okay. She in our cafe is tá session sit your table is tá sé a correlate. Nah hey. Na she a queen is she shinta an tall of will miss an it an eight. Man hey. Nish tá stuff le dana vamsa agus is she fucking cassin inish. Hey. Sure dinner is she love tail hemogrim agus fucking she million. Nish tá stuff le dana vamsa agus is she fucking cassin inish. Hey.
Niamh Ní Chróinín Gaeltacht X.
Le RTÉ 2fm.
RTÉ 2fm.
Agus sin Owen Tomwid beagnach ag deireadh an chlór ach sulafágamid sibh tá rud amháin eile le déanamh agan caithimid an bútúir a ógurt don comórtas órántí.
Yeah, deireadh sibse an pobl around buat short street votáil Chuntas Gaeltacht X. Bhí na hirirtas former ard caid an comidrá tá sib a lugla mulla gur míle mágaí ein duine a churas Jack an gomórtas ó tús go deireadh ní.
Ach sulafágrímuid an bútúir Owen. An raibh favourites agat?
Yeah, tá favourite agam. An duine ná an grúpa go maiid bua acu mar tá géirí cúpla pegan is go mar tá lán briste. €20 a lied, like a lied, lads, ladies.
€20, €100.
Yeah, €100. Def on gate. They have fun gate.
Ag aontíonn tú ón go cinnte grá an caidan bhí sé cóhóid sin. Bhrálinn €1,000 a thuirt in a homóirí ar fád ach ní féidirlinn. Caithimid €1,000 a thuirt do gcuine a bháin.
Yeah, an Iarman Shalórí an homóirí.
Yes, cinnte. Hi gachtainna chunasá sibh. Okay, so chric sibh ar fad an crave so tá €300 feite agah ar fad hena féin ach caithimid €1,000 a thuirt do gcuine a bháin. Eoghan McDermott ar bhálaat bútúir an comórtas órántí fiche a ógurt.
Yep, so tá an bhótáil dúnta agus is féidir am ógurt inis gur bíad an búitúir do comórtas órántí Gaeltacht X agus RTÉ 2fm ná Burnsure!
Oh Lord, this is €1,000 sa fóca dúrach mar sin. Céir dhéanaí sibh leis an airgid?
Seo just do chreite ní chreideach me go hála seo. Is cinnte go ganachmuid trealamh cos le microphone agus rudí chunar áran a thuirt go dtí an céad stád eile agus bhfuil nu just rá míle maigeh gur gachtainna bhótáil doing.
Well, tá mé ag súil go mór le níos mó ceoil a clúistáil web se agus ó gachtainna eile míád an trúr eile bhí bhirnórán ar ord caid an freisin agus tá mé lán cínte go gluisimid níos mó ceoil web amach an seo ach Burnchurch cógóirdagus liveríis tá sé tiltte go mór agah.
Burnchurch ceist bháin agam scupi tá duine bháin in asnamh an bhfuil sibh chun an €250 sin a chumáid.
Beidir go gine muid agus saibh man hagann tíra.
Okay, well, hi, so she is a quirky. Lads, you know, Meg, when you know to Sulam, Gurwan Shatanavas, Gaeltacht X, Dogs and Ihe Warsha, Gurmila Magat, Goctin, it be a Gaeltacht Dinner 2fm, August Brandower, and Instagram, August Facebook, Kawarjix to reach Burnchurch, Gurmila Mahag, we Goctin, Ella, on Mahane, Niamh, August on Ferner Fod, Ihe Waslan.
Khalifa Donji, dat zocht de garnacht, is de voer. Lanach njen is jar met haar, Annie lam get jou, Nímar ag spáistóireacht ag seoil an trón. Mailen an Gaeilge chomhla mar scéal is a ráisiú bháil ling ach níor me dearmad ó phlé ó hain. Trí bliain is fi a bhí.
Mhór Gaeltacht X.
Le RTÉ 2fm.